My guy got a wedding band ready, but the proposal wasn't meant for me. You're just a low-level assistant. Don't think you can rise above your rank. His first love laughed at me. His mom gave me the stink eye like I was trash. Marriage should be between equals. You're not good enough. Honestly, a few billion from his fam don't even come close to my family's trillions. I spun around and dialed up Dad. Hey, Dad, about that minor company takeover. Let me take care of it. I'd found the ring a month back but acted clueless, hiding the surprise deep inside, just waiting for Alex to pop the question. Right then, Alex was down on one knee, holding up the ring with all the sincerity in the world. Cheers and applause exploded around us. The main lady nervously covered her mouth, her eyes shining with joy. Alex said, "Marry me, Emma. Emma, my name is Zoe." Everyone knew I was Alex's assistant. For 3 years, when the company was almost sinking, I stuck by his side, tirelessly helping him negotiate deal after deal, pulling the company back from the edge of bankruptcy until it finally went public in New York 6 months ago. Alex told me, "Zoe, you've been treated unfairly. Once the company goes public, I want to announce to the world that you, Zoe, are my fiancé. I'll throw you a grand wedding." At that time, I was over the moon with happiness. Now that I think about it, wasn't that just an empty promise? I laughed, mocking my own naivety. How many years had I been in love with Alex? And how many years had he been using me? Alex slid the diamond ring onto Emma's finger. They hugged each other. Through the crowd, Emma glanced at me, her eyes slowly breaking into a triumphant smile. Alex released Emma and slowly turned toward me. The smile on his face gradually disappeared, replaced by a serious look. This is the guy I loved for 3 years. Even now, he doesn't have the guts to be honest with me. Emma, on the other hand, was gutsy. She stepped up to me confidently. Emma walked over with a glass of wine, raised it slightly, and said, "Hey, Miss Zoe, I'm Emma. I didn't say anything." Emma smiled warmly. "Alex has told me about you too. He's super thankful for your help all these years. He wants to know how much money you need. Just name your price." Her words actually cracked me up. Money? Can he even afford that? Emma grabbed a glass of wine from a nearby table and handed it to me. "Have a drink, as a blessing for us." Her ignorance was genuinely funny to me. Seeing my disdain, Emma's victorious smile finally started to fade. When people feel guilty, they tend to look bad. Emma stepped closer, leaned into my ear, and whispered so only we could hear, "Zoe, I know how you feel about Alex, but you're just a low-level assistant. Don't dream of climbing high." Alex's parents had also arrived. Alex's mom immediately took on a snobby tone. "Zoe, I think you can see that the right person for Alex has returned. Even if Emma hadn't come back, I wouldn't let someone like you marry into our Lynn family. You have to understand, class boundaries are unbreakable." I thought about how they were trying to keep me down for their mere billions in assets. I chuckled softly. "All right, then. You better defend your high status and boundaries well. After all, I have the power to lift you up or drop you to the ground." The next morning at the company meeting, Alex was clearly avoiding me, not even daring to meet my eyes. Once everyone was gathered, the meeting kicked off. I sat next to Alex, supposed to take minutes, but I stayed still. I gently clapped twice to get everyone's attention. "Everyone, I have an announcement to make. I'm resigning from my position as the CEO's assistant. Here's my resignation letter." I placed the letter on the conference table and continued amid everyone's shocked looks. "Thanks for all your support over the past 3 years. See you around." With that, I walked out without looking back at Alex. Someone said, "Boss, Zoe has made huge contributions to the company over these 3 years. Without her, we wouldn't have gone public so quickly." "What's going on?" Alex chased after me, looking a bit out of breath. "Zoe, if you're quitting because of me, I'll offer you more money. Just name your price." He was panicking. I smirked. "Then give me the company." Alex closed his eyes. "I know you hate me, but Zoe, business is business and personal is personal. You can't mix them up. Have I ever mistreated you these past years you've been here? But I just love mixing business with personal." Alex paused, his stern look softening into a cold and ruthless expression. "Zoe, are you willing to go against me?" I tilted my head. "Are you threatening me? I'm just saying we shouldn't become enemies. It won't do you any good. I owe you an explanation and I owe you feelings. I'll repay them, but Zoe, we shouldn't be enemies. I patiently listened to him finish, then smiled and said, You do owe me, but I don't need you to repay it. I'll get it back myself. See ya, Alex. I waved, went back to pack my things, and left the company, throwing everything into the trash. I called my dad. About that acquisition case for the group. I'm interested. Let me handle it. I headed straight to Dad's office where he was waiting. I've heard everything. Your mom and I have told you time and again that those people aren't good enough for you. Now you should understand too. They're just a bunch of ungrateful folks. Zoe, I don't want you to go soft. I won't. Of course, my determination wasn't because Alex proposed to another woman or because I realized he didn't love me. It was because in this twisted relationship, I finally understood this man wasn't worthy of me. But it seemed Dad didn't quite believe me. The company is planning to collaborate with Ethan's group. If you really want me to believe you, marry Ethan. Are you seriously setting me up for an arranged marriage? I agreed to it. This will be a highly beneficial union, and I can't let it slip by. Anyway, I'm only after profit right now. As for Ethan, he's a businessman and gets the stakes, so we hit it off right away. After signing the prenup, we went to register our marriage. After registration, I asked Ethan, Are you heading back to the company? I want to discuss our project so we can get it moving ASAP. Ethan has an almost perfect face, but his personality isn't great. He's cold and always keeps people at arm's length. Ever since we started talking about marriage up to actually getting hitched, I haven't seen him smile once. Ethan finally spoke, his voice emotionless and chilly. I'm going on a business trip. Okay, we'll talk when you get back. I got into the car. As I buckled my seatbelt, Ethan's driver already started the engine and drove off. I went back to the company and headed straight to the chairman's office, placing the marriage certificate on his desk. You can relax now, Dad nodded. Herm, how have you arranged things over there? Before I could answer, Dad continued. Now isn't the time to announce your marriage to Ethan, but if you want to give Alex a shock, there are plenty of ways to do it. I smiled. Dad really gets me. I was indeed planning to give Alex a shock and already had a plan. In my 3 years at Linz, I built quite a network. I'm going to take it all back bit by bit. For now, I plan to start my own company and compete with Alex. Acquisitions can wait. Dad nodded again. I believe in you. I can still hold the fort here, so you can play around for a few more years. Thanks, Dad. Not going straight for acquisitions, starting a company, and competing with Alex to seize market share was just for fun. I leaked the news about starting my own company, and it quickly reached Alex. I didn't really care about the downgrade in my social circle. It's all just a game anyway. But Alex's friends claimed I was out of my league. Upon hearing about my marriage, my best friend Bella eagerly wanted to interview me and invited me to a bar for drinks. You just married Ethan like that? That's crazy! I can't accept it. Bella is the cherished princess of her family, pampered and not needing to manage any company, just spending money every day. She once told me she must marry the love of her life and have a grand dreamy forest wedding broadcasted globally. Actually, Ethan and I are a perfect match in this world. Only we are worthy of each other. Handsome guy, beautiful girl, similar strengths, mutually beneficial. Who says Ethan and I don't go together? Alex's buddy Hugo showed up holding a young girl different from the one I saw him with a few days ago. Holding his drink, Hugo let go of the girl when he saw me and sat next to me. Is this our great Zoe? You quit? That's some guts. I raised my glass to him. Thanks for the compliment. Hugo paused and then sneered. Zoe, you really think I'm complimenting you? I'm not. I heard you're starting a company planning to go head-to-head with Alex. Have you had too much to drink? Are you delusional? What's wrong with you? I've never seen a girl so out of her league. He sighed and shook his head. I know Alex and Emma made up and got engaged. You're hurt and upset, so you're a poor little thing. How about this? You serve me well, and I'll ask Alex to give you a break. Deal? I picked up a champagne bottle and shook it. Hugo is still so wild, but your mouth is filthy. Here, let me do you a favor and clean it for free today. The champagne cork popped off, and the spray shot straight into Hugo's face, catching him off guard. Dropping the bottle, I stepped on Hugo's chest with my heel, applying a bit of pressure. How does that feel? Want another bottle? I've got plenty of money. Hugo wiped his face and glared at me. Don't get cocky, Zoe. Alex used to protect you. So you were arrogant, but now your protection is gone. The money you made from Alex isn't enough to impress me. Just wait. I'll show you what class and capital are. Don't say I bullied you. I withdrew my foot. All right, I'll be waiting to see you show me what capital is. Hugo got up and left, his arrogant back really amusing. Dad always taught me to be low-key. With our assets worth billions, I never bragged. Why do these small-timers with just a few billion love to act so self-important? Hugo and Alex, both the same. I shook my head and looked at the girl who came with Hugo. Stay away from him, he's too shady. The girl walked over, looking at me with admiration. You are so cool just now, and you have a great figure and long legs. Can I have your contact? Mia burst out laughing and hugged me. Nope, she's mine. The girl smiled sweetly. Okay, I'll listen to you. Why, I waved. Doing good starts with me. Hugo probably went to whine to Alex because I soon got a call from him. Don't mind Hugo's words. I've talked to him. He won't bother you. But Zoe starting a company really isn't a wise move. Wise or not, it's just a game. Thanks for the warning, but I'll decide what's wise. Alex went silent for a bit. Zoe, this is the last time I'll say this. I don't want to become your enemy, but I won't hold back either. I'll be waiting. I hung up. Alex's harsh words would surely turn into action. If he's ruthless, don't blame me for being even more so. I got so busy with my new company that I forgot about getting married until half a month later when I got a call from Ethan asking where I was. I'm home. I haven't been going out much lately because I haven't had the time. Mia's been complaining about it. Ethan's calm voice came through. I'm at home too, but I haven't seen you. What's that supposed to mean? I'm home. You don't need to try and trick me. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Ethan, do you have anything else to say? Which home are you talking about? Of course, I'm at my home. Hold on a second. Ethan and I have a new home. His villa, which was renovated a long time ago, but we haven't lived in it yet. He even gave me the keys. But after we registered, he went on a business trip, and I've been staying at my own place. Having another home all of a sudden is really something I'm not used to. Since it's late today, I'll go there tomorrow. Okay, Ethan agreed quickly. The next day, after breakfast, I got busy with company matters again. The early stages of work are very complicated, and I'm the type who insists on doing everything myself. So I was running around like crazy all day. By the time I got home, it was already after 6. I dragged my exhausted body onto the couch. My mom came downstairs and spun around in her new dress. Honey, how do I look? Beautiful. I got up. Mom, this dress is really gorgeous. My mom smiled. You have one too. It's in your walk-in closet. Go try it on. I quickly went upstairs to try on the dress in the closet. No lie, the dress highlighted my figure perfectly. I was loving myself with those curves and long legs. The phone rang at that moment. It was Ethan. Shoot, I remembered something. And hurriedly grabbed my bag and rushed downstairs. Mom, I have to go. My mom took a few steps after me. Where are you going? Home. Isn't this your home? I turned around. Mom, I'm married. My mom. Is Ethan back? I nodded. I definitely inherited this from my mom. Kind of absent-minded. When I arrived at our new home, the housekeeper told me Ethan was in the study. I hesitated at the door before knocking and going in. Ethan looked up from his papers. For some reason, his expression seemed to brighten a bit. Maybe I was seeing things. I suddenly got nervous and said dryly, I've been really busy lately and might come home late sometimes. Don't wait up for me. Ethan lowered his head again. This guy is such an iceberg. Being around him makes the hair on your body stand up. I was about to leave when Ethan spoke again. I just asked if you wanted to come back for dinner. All right. I nodded and then added, You keep working, I'll head out now. I rushed out, fearing I would freeze to death in there. I stood in the hallway, a bit dazed. Which room is mine? Would it be too embarrassing to go downstairs and ask someone? I heard a slight noise behind me and turned around to see Ethan stepping out of the study. It was surprising. He seemed like a workaholic. What's he doing outside? Ethan looked a bit confused too. Do you need something? I hesitated for a bit before asking directly, where do I stay? Ethan's silence made me feel like I did something wrong. All right. I admit I've been staying at my own place these past few days. Ethan walked over and opened a door. Here. I quickly followed him. Ethan added, the walk-in closet is next to it. Thanks. This doesn't feel like a married couple, not even close to being strangers, but maybe it's for the best. Let's think of us as partners or something. Though I didn't expect my so-called partner to be so considerate despite being an iceberg. After dinner, I went to take a bath. When I came out, I saw Ethan sitting on the living room couch with his laptop. It seemed like he was planning to sleep here too, so we're really like a married couple now. I looked down at my towel, pulled it up a bit, and walked over. I'm done with my bath. You can use the bathroom now. I repeated, go take a bath. Ethan paused, looked at me, then at his laptop, then closed it, and headed to the bathroom. Did he misunderstand something? I only said it again because it sounded bad, not because I was rushing him. I closed my eyes in frustration. After a while, Ethan came out in his pajamas. I was lying on the bed, chatting with Mia. Mia? Do you think you two will have a romantic night? How would I know? I didn't reply to Mia, just locked my phone and put it aside. I smiled stiffly at Ethan. It was my first time realizing how stiff and forced my smile could be. Ethan got on the bed too. As he got closer, my heart started pounding crazily. I thought it might explode, but maybe it's not a big deal. Ethan is so cold and abstinent looking. That thought reassured me, and I felt a bit more relaxed. Ethan's deep voice suddenly sounded by my ear. Do you want the light off? I was startled. No, I'm not sleepy yet. No need to turn it off. Okay, Ethan responded. Why is he moving closer? That's not what I meant. The next morning, I woke up in Ethan's arms. The thought of him opening his eyes and looking at me made me cringe. I gently moved Ethan's hand off my waist, but despite my light touch, he woke up. What was supposed to happen finally happened. Our eyes met, and I felt so embarrassed my scalp tingled. I opened my mouth. I must look like someone without a brainstem right now. After a moment, I finally figured out what I wanted to say. Morning. The response was an awkward silence. In my mind, I cursed myself from head to toe. What the heck was that morning about? Ethan probably hadn't encountered this situation before either, because he paused and then said, Morning. Morning. The next second, we separated, and I quickly got out of bed and headed to the bathroom. Before I could start brushing my teeth, Ethan walked in. We stared at each other, neither knowing what to do next. First time getting married, no experience. I felt like a guest and thought I should be a bit reserved, so I said, why don't you go first? Ethan pointed to the vanity. I'm showering. All right, I nodded. Ethan turned around to grab a towel. In my heart, I called out to my mom. The bathroom door was made of glass. Getting married wasn't great. Ethan just turned and went into the bathroom, undressing and starting the shower right away. He wasn't even embarrassed. Truly, a big shot. Looks like I've got more to learn. The exhausting bathroom routine finally ended. I got dressed and went downstairs. When I got to the corner, I saw someone sitting on the sofa. He waved at me. Hey, I paused, then quickened my steps to go shake hands with him. I'm Mike, grew up with Ethan, even studied abroad together. Let's just say we were so close we wore the same diaper as kids, and now we practically share one pair of pants. I laughed at Mike's words. Ethan came down slowly, stopped beside me, and coldly asked Mike, Why are you here? Mike put on a mischievous smile. Just came to see when you and sis-in-law got up so early. Weren't you too tired last night? Get lost. Ethan kicked Mike, looking displeased. Mike quickly put away his joking expression. Sorry, sis-in-law. I just have a loose tongue, but my heart's in the right place. I smiled and said, It's fine, just kidding around. But Ethan didn't let up. Some jokes aren't okay. You should watch it. Mike nodded. My heart felt a slight tug. Thinking back, it seemed Alex never stood up for me in front of his buddies. Once you see the truth, Everything before becomes clear, and you realize it was foolish to be blind back then. I let out a soft laugh, then realized the coldness in my smile and quickly corrected it. This is Mike, chairman of Y Group. If you need anything, you can ask him. Ethan introduced me. Of course, I knew Y Group. Its business overlapped with Alex's group by over 90%, a leading company in the industry. Is Ethan helping me build connections? Does he know something? Yeah, I heard you started your own company. If you need anything, just ask. I might look unreliable, but I'm really capable, Mike said, patting his chest. That's great. I won't be shy then. I'll rely on you a lot in the future, I said. Mutually beneficial. Mutually beneficial. Mike laughed loudly. For some reason, Ethan kicked him again. Harder this time. Around 10, I got a call from Michael wanting to meet. I had a guess about what Michael wanted to talk about. Sure enough, as soon as we met, Michael got straight to the point. Zoe, I've talked with the board. Everyone wants you back. Your contributions over the past 3 years are obvious to everyone. Let me be frank, the company needs you. You can name your terms. Michael genuinely cared about the company, but Alex never admitted that. Still, Alex thought he had it all under control. I felt him trying to suppress me these past days. With a slight smirk, I replied, You're giving me too much credit. I'm just an assistant. The company without me is like a fish without a bicycle. No big deal. Michael's expression grew a bit serious. I've heard about your new company. You're capable, but going solo isn't easy. I understand your ambition, but I'm still telling you, coming back is a win-win. I'm not coming back, I said firmly. Michael paused, nodding. All right, I guess I'm old and powerless. Alex has brought Emma into the company, even given her important positions. It's a huge mistake, and now you won't come back either. Saying that, Michael sighed. What did you say? A spark of fire ignited within me. Alex brought Emma into the company. That's convenient for me. I can deal with both of them together. My dad straight up gave me a 32-story building. That's just too much. Dad, my company is just starting. A small place will do. Small place? My dad thought for a moment. No, you pick a spot and we'll buy it. That evening, I called Jenny to help me pick a location. As soon as I hung up, Ethan's voice came up. You want a smaller place? Yeah, the company's just starting. No need for something that big. I walked over. Do you have any recommendations? No, but I have a small place. Want to check it out tomorrow? Ethan asked. Sure, I nodded. But what small place could Ethan have? I found out the next day, compared to the buildings my dad offered, this place was small, just 7 stories. Ethan took me inside. Everything was new and fully equipped. I didn't need to buy anything. Happy with it? Ethan asked. Of course it's great, and I have one less thing to worry about. Are you really going to sell this to me? Won't you miss it? The decor here looks well thought out. You must really like it. Ethan glanced around. Yeah, I bought this right after high school. It was my first company. I was a bit surprised. So it has sentimental value. And you're still willing to sell it to me? You won't regret it. Ethan shifted his gaze back to me, silently staring, not really just wanting to ask. I understood that if it were me, I wouldn't part with such a meaningful place either. So I'm thinking of giving it to you, giving it to me, for free. But Ethan's eyebrows raised slightly, usually calm, eyes holding some emotion. I couldn't quite read. But, I chuckled. So Ethan also makes deals that lose money, huh? Ethan replied thoughtfully. I plan to get my returns. Yeah, makes sense. It's like casting a long line to catch a big fish. On the company's opening day, Alex even sent a flower basket. Does he think that makes him seem generous? I had his flower basket thrown out straight away. To me, that's not generosity. It's bad luck. Ethan's flower basket was much nicer. Mike also came. Congratulations, congratulations. Just like I said before, if you need any help, just let me know. We're all in the same circle, sharing resources and all. Then I won't be polite about it. I patted Mike's shoulder. I've really grown to like this guy over time. After the ribbon cutting, I took everyone inside for a tour. My parents didn't come, nor did Ethan. Ethan didn't come because we haven't gone public with our relationship yet. Businessmen value profit. Announcing our marriage would bring great benefits to both our families. Stock prices would soar, so we need to maximize those benefits. Make the most of everything right now. My dad didn't come because I didn't want him to. I'm playing a little game with Alex right now. If my dad got involved, what's the fun in that? There was also a dinner party in the evening, and I invited some of my old friends from my social circle. Of course, Jenny was there, and Mike too. I was chatting with Mike when Jenny nudged me and looked towards the entrance of the banquet hall. It was Alex and Emma. I invited Alex after all. I need to appear generous too. I walked over with a smile. Welcome. There's a crowd. Sorry I couldn't greet you properly. Alex scanned the room. Lots of people here. That's your strength. You have a wide network. I smiled without replying, but I haven't seen any of these people before. Emma whispered, Of course you haven't. These are the real big shots. They don't show up easily. Who have you met in your little circle? At this moment, Mike walked over and stood next to me. Seeing Mike, Alex was clearly surprised. He looked at me incredulously. I raised an eyebrow. I don't need to introduce you, do I? You guys have dealt with each other several times. Alex's expression stiffened, but he quickly recovered and extended his hand to Mike with a smile. Hello. Mike slowly reached out his hand, but just as they were about to shake, he scratched the back of his head and said, Who are you? Have we met? I clearly saw Alex's eye twitch. Mike patted me on the shoulder. Everyone's waiting. I'll go help you entertain them. He raised an eyebrow and walked away. Alex stepped closer. Since when are you and Mike so close? Is he questioning me? Alex seemed to have asked a question he shouldn't have. This is my private business. Alex's jaw tightened, and he stared at me as if trying to see through me. He's getting anxious. Just then, Alex's phone vibrated. He answered it, and whatever was said made him frown and glare at Emma. Emma froze. I understand. Alex hung up, pressed his lips together, and asked Emma in a low voice, Did you sign the final plan for that project? Emma nodded hesitantly. Yes, I signed it. What's wrong? Alex ground his teeth and glanced at me, pulling Emma to the balcony. What's going on? I need to check on my guests. I followed them. Alex's voice, slightly angry, sounded, How did you not notice such an obvious data error? Do you know how much this is going to cost the company? Emma frantically explained, I double-checked everything thoroughly. How could there be a mistake? Now they've come to us about it. Do you think I framed you? Alex questioned sternly. A few seconds later, Emma's thoughts came through. Why are you yelling? I didn't do it on purpose. When they came back, Emma's eyes were red. Seeing me, Emma immediately lowered her head. Alex paused as if he wanted to say something but thought better of it. I smiled slightly. You're my guests. If there's anything I didn't do well, let me know. Don't argue. Alex's face darkened, and he said, I have something to take care of, then left with Emma. No wonder Michael came to see me. If this continues, I won't even need to do anything. His company will collapse on its own. Why did they leave? Mike leaned over and whispered. I smiled. Internal issues. Mike's face lit up with schadenfreude. You've barely left and they're having internal issues already. They can't handle it. They'll destroy themselves from the inside. It seems even Mike knows about me and Alex. How much does Ethan know? I pulled Mike over to the balcony, hesitating a bit before asking, You know about me and Alex? Mike replied nonchalantly, Yeah, I do. I swallowed and continued to ask, How much? Mike replied, Pretty much everything. I haven't made my relationship with Alex public. How do you know? Mike squinted his eyes. You forgot, we've crossed paths before. While I never really paid attention to Alex, you made things pretty rough for me once. What's that got to do with knowing about me and Alex? At most, he should know I'm Alex's strategist. Mike paused, his face showing confusion. Huh, you and Alex aren't just boss and subordinate. Is there more to it? Why am I not denying it? Mike squinted slightly. You two have something. Old flames. Fallen out. My silence was practically an admission to Mike. He suddenly got excited. I thought you two fell out over business stuff, and that's why you left to start your own thing. Didn't expect you two to be exes. Stop it, I begged. So does Ethan think the same? Then I'm doomed? If Mike knows, how far behind can Ethan be? Mike insisted on driving me home that night, probably to snitch on me to Ethan. I have to butter Mike up. Once we were in the villa, I immediately had someone make tea for Mike. Oh, when are you free? Come over and I'll cook for you. Mike looked surprised. You can cook? What's your name? Just call me Zoe, I said with a friendly smile. Mike glanced over my shoulder, looking a bit nervous. Isn't that inappropriate? What's inappropriate? You and Ethan are so close, practically brothers. We can be that close too. But suddenly Mike stood up, supporting himself on the couch. I hadn't even finished speaking when he started inching toward the door. It's getting late, I should go. Before I knew it, he turned and bolted out of there. Weird. I muttered something, and as soon as I turned around, I let out a loud scream. When did Ethan show up? Why didn't you make any noise? Were you trying to scare me to death? But what came out of my mouth was, hi. I wanted to crawl into a hole. Zoe, you idiot. Why do you always mess up in front of Ethan? Did I scare you? Ethan asked plainly, but he didn't look the least bit guilty. I quickly shook my head, not wanting him to feel bad for me. No. Ethan gave me a cold stare. Really? I thought I did. You even started talking nonsense. My mind raced, but I couldn't figure out what I had said that was nonsense. Regardless, I could tell Ethan was in a foul mood. So I'll keep my distance then. I'll head upstairs now. You should rest too. Don't work too hard. With that, he went upstairs, leaving me with a cold, indifferent back. What the heck? Why is he taking his bad mood out on me? I grumbled to myself and went upstairs. Ethan wasn't in the room. Great. Tonight I'm not going to give in to him. In the middle of the night, I fell into a deep sleep with my swollen face throbbing. The next morning, I woke up feeling full of grievances, muttering softly, "You got mad outside and took it out on me." Ethan replied, finally breaking the silence. I didn't get mad outside. Confused, I turned to look at him. Outside, no one would dare make me angry, then who? It couldn't have been me, right? I suspected Mike had ticked off Ethan. Mike had a sharp tongue and could annoy people in no time. Damn him, he got me into this mess. I need to get some sort of compensation from him to soothe my wounded soul. But Mike denied it. How could it be? Ethan would never get mad at me. Do you think it's appropriate to say that to Ethan's wife? I asked. Just then, Ethan called. Mike chuckled, showing me his phone, and picked up the call in front of me. Now? In such a hurry? Okay, I'll head over now. Hanging up, Mike said, Ethan needs me urgently. I'll talk to you later. Watching him leave, I pondered deeply. Had my presence somehow disrupted their bromance? With this suspicion, I returned to the office. It was interview day and extremely busy. At 6, I got a call from Ethan. He asked, "Do you have time tonight?" I had only a few small tasks to finish, so I said I was free. Ethan replied calmly, "I'll come pick you up, all right." I hung up. But why was Ethan coming to pick me up? About 20 minutes later, I got another call saying he was downstairs. I had already packed up, so I grabbed my bag and went down. As soon as I got into the car, Ethan handed me a bouquet of red roses. My mind buzzed. "You're not trying to court me, are you?" Ethan, the driver in the front, kept silent, making the car interior eerily quiet. In this strange atmosphere, Ethan's usually handsome and calm face showed a hint of red. Ethan was blushing, like discovering a new continent. I stared at him, refusing to look away. Being able to see Ethan blush was a first. "What's so funny?" Ethan frowned. "Isn't this how you catch someone?" I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Taking the bouquet from him, I said, "This is how you catch someone. So what's next?" Ethan, always serious, replied, "Dinner and a movie." I booked a restaurant and movie tickets. It's hard to imagine what it would be like to date someone as serious as Ethan. The very thought of it makes me want to laugh. Not because it's funny, but because it's cute. I nodded. All right. The driver started the engine. Ethan fell silent again. I turned my head, noticing my gaze. Ethan looked back at me as if to ask what was on my mind. Clearing his throat, I asked, "Ethan, can I ask you a really personal question?" Ethan glanced at the driver. "What? Have you ever been in a relationship before?" "No," Ethan couldn't help but ask. "Is it because you never met someone you liked or something?" Ethan said after a pause, "I've always been too busy." I nodded in understanding. "That makes sense with how busy you always are. So when you married me, you really just saw our marriage as a business arrangement, didn't you?" Considering the status and power of both the Ethan and Zoe families, our marriage was definitely a case of 1 plus 1 being greater than 2. So when my dad suggested I marry Ethan, I agreed immediately because back then, all I cared about was my career. I think Ethan and I probably had the same thoughts back then. Ethan gave me an answer. At first, yeah. I leaned in closer to him. What about now? Ethan's expression shifted, and even his ears turned red. I sent you flowers. It means, I like you. I had so many other questions, but with the driver around, Ethan probably didn't feel comfortable answering. I decided to wait until we got home. Ethan had reserved a restaurant under his own brand, one with great privacy. For our movie, he bought the seats in the back row, in the corner. I figured even if he liked me, he had a lot on his mind, still thinking about when the time would be right to make our relationship public and maximize the benefit from this alliance. I suddenly felt a sense of loss. Zoe, what are you even hoping for? When you start hoping, that's when you lose. I've already lost once. I won't let myself lose again. I'll manage my marriage well. Besides, Ethan likes me now, but I won't dive in headfirst like I used to. I devoted all my energy to work. The company started to stabilize. Although it couldn't compare to Alex's publicly listed company, it was showing steady growth. Considering the current pandemic, I was pretty satisfied. Plus, I had strong connections and had snatched a few major projects from Alex. Finally, Alex couldn't take it anymore. At a business banquet, he dragged me to a secluded corner, glaring at me angrily. "Zoe, you're just getting back at me, aren't you?" I laughed openly. "Do you even need to ask?" Alex hadn't expected me to admit it so easily and paused for a moment before bursting into a proud, arrogant laugh. "You hate me, Zoe. You must hate my guts, don't you?" I tilted my head slightly, smiling at him. Alex took a step forward, closing the distance between us. He leaned in close to my ear and whispered, "Do you know why you hate me? I'll tell you why, because you still love me, Zoe. With love comes hate. You love me?" He was ruthless. If he was right, his words would be a sharp knife, slicing my heart piece by piece, throwing it into the cold wind. "I told you, Alex. You are harsh. I'll be even harsher, but I need to point out, he was wrong. So wrong." I met Alex's smug gaze. "Do you know how I feel when I see you now? Like I'm looking at a fly." "Do you like flies?" I curled my lips, deliberately giving a bright, enchanting smile. "I don't hate you. I just dislike you and regret ever liking you." Alex's face darkened immediately, as if unwilling to accept it. He grabbed my head and kissed me. I turned my head away, and he missed. Suddenly, a broken voice sounded, "Alex, what are you doing?" Alex and I turned at the same time to see Emma standing not far away, wearing a silver white gown. Her hair styled in a low bun, with a jade hairpin, the dangling pearls and her earrings swayed, matching the tears on her face. So beautiful, yet so fragile, like she'd break with a touch. Men love this type, wanting to protect them with their lives. Alex slowly let go of me, gave me one last look, and walked towards Emma. "It's nothing, let's go," he said in a low voice. Emma was good at this, never making a fuss, just following Alex. As they walked out of the banquet hall, she glanced back at me, the tears in her eyes turning to a cold gleam. I suddenly felt disgusted, revolted by Alex. I got a call from Emma. I wasn't even a bit surprised. In the cafe, Emma and I sat across from each other. She had that quiet yet unattainably high demeanor. "Zoe, Alex and I are getting married." I raised an eyebrow. "Congratulations," Emma chuckled. "No need for that. I know you envy me. You still like Alex, but him marrying me." Emma slowly stopped smiling, looking out the window. Maybe to you it doesn't seem like Alex loves me that much, but he still chose to marry me. That's men for you. They always put benefit first. She looked back at me, a bit of smugness in her eyes. Because I can help him, Zoe. Blame your background. Without a strong family, it's normal that he wouldn't choose you. I met you today just to tell you what happened last night. I don't want it happening again. Zoe, you are not my opponent. I admit you're beautiful, but your ordinary background means you'll never be my match. I don't want to hurt you, so don't force me. Even in this era of justice, my family has ways to make someone unemployable. Consider yourself warned. After saying this, Emma left. I replayed Emma's words in my mind, finding them funnier each time. I held my stomach and laughed for a while, then took a deep breath and left. As soon as I got in my car, Alex called. He said he wanted to talk to me. I was getting impatient. My whole day wasted by you two. My time is precious. Okay, I thought. Alex and I wouldn't end up never speaking again. I still needed to see his downfall personally, so I agreed to meet. He chose a spot on the hillside, with lush forest in front and a wide road behind. Cars occasionally sped by. Alex looked forward and slowly began. Emma and I are getting married. Your future wife already told me. Alex turned to me. But you know what, Zoe? I just realized I'm in love with you. What the hell? I looked at him like he was an idiot, but in Alex's eyes, my look probably seemed excited and loving. He actually said, if you're willing, we can still be together. I just can't offer you marriage. Alex smiled softly, even tenderly. We can even have our own kids. Don't worry, I'll treat them the same as Emma's. I might even treat our kids better. I can give everything to our kids, except for a legal status. Alex looked at me condescendingly. How about it? I've spilled my heart out to you. Anything you want to say, Zoe? You're a smart woman. It's tough to cross the class divide, but with me, I can take you into high society. I've changed. You know that. I can give you everything you want except marriage. He got more excited and suddenly grabbed my shoulders. Isn't that enough for you? I smiled and beckoned him closer with my finger. He smiled back, thinking he had won, and lowered his head to kiss me. I slapped him hard across the face. The sound was crisp and loud. Alex was stunned, but then anger took over. Zoe, are you serious? Do you have any idea what you're turning down? You want to marry me. That's never going to happen. But like I said, you'll have everything Emma has and more because I owe you. I'll do my best to make it up to you. What more do you want, idiot? I said, and got in my car and drove off. I really shouldn't have come. It felt like I was chewing on maggots. The man I just saw had thrown away even the last bit of dignity he had. I don't want to see Alex again. I don't even feel like getting revenge anymore. I don't want to see Emma either. I just hope she takes care of herself. But I ended up seeing them again. I received an invitation to an exclusive dinner event. It's an elite secret society for top-tier intellectuals. Only the top people in each field get invited to this event. I got the invite because of my parents. This is a great networking opportunity, so of course I decided to go. As soon as I got out of the car, I saw Alex and Emma. They seemed surprised. Zoe, what are you doing here? I ignored them and walked straight in. Behind me, I heard Emma laughing. She must be here as arm candy. At these events, the further down the social ladder you go, the more common people show up. She has a bit of a point. I went in with my invitation. The place was already filling up. As soon as I entered, a queenly woman came to greet me. Miss Zoe, welcome, welcome. Tonight is your night. We've all been waiting for you. I kept a smile on my face. Emma was right about one thing. At these events, there's usually only one top dog. It's not like those soap operas where multiple big shots fight each other. And I was tonight's top dog, all thanks to my parents. They knew me because I attended once with my mom a few years ago. This time, I was here on my own. Mom, I'm making you proud. As soon as I sat down, Alex and Emma walked in. They introduced themselves intimately to everyone except me, pretending I wasn't there as they introduced themselves to the queenly woman beside me. Sophia, the queenly woman, glanced at their invitations and frowned. Who sent these to you? Alex and Emma hesitated. Then Emma answered, It was sent in the name of the dinner event itself. Sophia nodded. All right, go sit over there. They glanced at me but didn't dare make a scene, heading to a corner instead. They only dared to act proud around me. After some eating, drinking, chatting, and laughing, everyone started taking photos. I was seated at the center, but Emma pulled me up. She wasn't rough, just overly friendly, smiling as she pointed to the seat at the far end. "Zoe, you sit there." Sophia looked at her incredulously. "What did you say?" Emma kept smiling. "Sorry, it's Zoe's first time at an event like this. She doesn't know the rules." "Zoe, you cannot sit at the center." Alex seemed to think I was embarrassing him. "Where did you get your invitation, Zoe? This isn't the place for your antics. Just leave." I was deeply annoyed by these two idiots. They didn't notice everyone being respectful to me. People around us started whispering. "Who is this? I've never seen her before. Better get rid of them. Where are the security guards?" Alex, thinking I was embarrassing him, grabbed my arm to lead me outside. "Just leave now. We'll talk later." "What are you doing?" Sophia questioned sternly. Alex looked apologetic. "I'm sorry. I'll take her out now." Sophia shook Alex's hand off. "Miss Zoe is my esteemed guest." "Who are you to take her away?" Alex was confused. "What?" Sophia didn't even want to waste words on them. Embarrassed, she called for security. "Please escort these two out." Someone in the crowd spoke up. "They seem to know Miss Zoe well. How could Miss Zoe have such friends? Did you think anyone could be friends with the Zoe family's heiress?" Several people came to comfort me. "Miss Zoe, don't be upset. Let's continue. Leave now, you two. Quickly." Alex and Emma looked at me in shock. "Who are you? Leave now." Sophia angrily yelled, losing her temper. "Security! Get these two beggars out of here. Embarrassing. Fake invitations too, I bet." Finally, amid the laughter and jeers, security took them away. I invested in a few small companies at the event. As for Alex, I think it's time to speed up the acquisition process. It's not fun anymore. Now that they know my identity, it's no longer interesting. The next day, Alex called. His tone was noticeably more respectful, at least not as arrogant or malicious as before. "Zoe, can we meet?" I smiled. "Sure." I was curious to see how far he would go. Alex is harsh on others, and himself. When we met, the first thing he did was apologize. "I'm sorry, I was wrong in the past, Zoe. I've broken off the engagement with Emma." "Can you give me another chance?" Alex looked at me with deep emotion. "I really love you. I told you before, back then, I didn't know your identity. I didn't love you because you're Zoe and the daughter of a wealthy family." "Zoe, you can feel my sincerity, right?" I waved him off. "Hold on a minute. I feel a bit nauseous, like I want to throw up." "Alex, I came to see you today to say that I'm very interested in your company. I'm planning to buy it. Get ready for it. As for everything else, I'm not interested." I was about to leave when Alex suddenly pulled me into his arms, holding me tightly. "I won't let you go. I've lost you once. I won't again." I pushed him away. "Alex, I'm still planning a friendly takeover. If there's a next time, you better watch out. I won't let you get away with it." Alex didn't try anything else. I left, but I never expected that Alex and I would end up in the news. Ethan saw it too. He held the photos and asked me, "Is he your ex?" I shook my head. "No." Ethan had a very cold expression. All right, Ethan definitely didn't believe me. I admitted that I did like him before, but we never actually dated. He kept putting me off, saying that we'd be together once the company went public. But after it did, he hooked up with someone else and dumped me. Ethan snorted. "So you married me because of that?" What could I say? At that time, I only wanted to focus on my career. My dad told me to marry you, so I agreed right away. "Ethan, I swear, after we got married, I never had any ties with him. I've always been against him. You know that?" Hearing this, Ethan's expression softened a bit. I continued, "I'm even planning to buy his company. I haven't acted yet because I wanted to toy with him. The cat and mouse game is interesting, but now he knows who I am. He wouldn't dare go against me." "Do you still like him?" Ethan suddenly interrupted me. I didn't catch up with his pace and shook my head a bit late. "I don't like him anymore. I've long since stopped." "You hesitated," Ethan pointed out. "Ethan, you're being unreasonable." "Then how can I make you believe me?" Ethan took my phone. Post on Facebook, announce our relationship. What? I was shocked. Weren't we waiting for the right time? Not posting? Then you still love him. I took my phone and directly posted something on Facebook. For the rest of our lives, I just want to share the mundane with you, to face all that the world has to offer together. To Ethan, happy now. I handed him my phone. I clearly saw him smirk, but the next second, Ethan masked it with a serious face again. If you feel forced, you can delete it. I took a deep breath and hugged him. What else do you want? How about I chase after you now? Is that okay? Ethan's hard to soothe. No need. Ethan's really hard to soothe. The next second, just say you love me and we're good. Then soothed again. But do I love him? Clara asked to meet me. I broke off my engagement with Alex. I know, Alex already told me. Clara gave a self-mocking laugh and looked at me. Do you think I'm being foolish? I used to be as foolish as you. I saw my past self in Clara. But Clara, there's one thing. There's never been any real grudge between us. If I wanted to compete with you for Alex, you wouldn't stand a chance against me. Clara nodded. Yeah, I know now. Before, I was arrogant and saw you as my rival. I'm sorry, I didn't accept Clara's apology because I never regarded her as important. She didn't even deserve to apologize to me. We're not from the same world. I don't need to dwell on this. Don't contact me again. We have nothing to talk about. I stood up and left, but Clara gave me an idea. I have to cherish Ethan. I don't want Ethan to end up like Clara. I need to tell him that I'm no longer with him just for the benefits. I like him, even just a little now, but it'll grow. But I saw Hugo in Ethan's company lobby. He was also surprised to see me. Why are you here? The next second he sneered. Did you come to collaborate with Ethan? Zoe, I have no idea what you're thinking. With that little lousy company of yours, you think you can work with Ethan? Ridiculous. So you're here for a collaboration too. Hugo lifted his chin. I'm different from you. Ethan will definitely work with me. No, Ethan definitely won't work with you, I said with certainty. Hugo got angry. What did you say? You don't know shit. I rolled my eyes and called security. Throw him out. Zoe, are you an idiot? Who gave you the right? Yes, The security answered and had Hugo escorted out. Hugo was dumbfounded. Poor guy. Try watching the news more. A year later, I successfully acquired Alex's company and became the new CEO. At the party that day, Alex's family attended. Alex watched me from afar, not daring to come closer. I looked back and met Alex's mom's gaze. She quickly nodded and plastered a pained smile like she was caught red-handed. I raised an eyebrow, but my view was blocked. It was Ethan, enjoying the view. Ethan asked coldly, my picky husband was at it again. Not at all. They're not worth looking at, only you are. I hugged him to comfort. Ethan, then say you love me. Sure, I love you. You're lying, I mean it, then prove it. I was losing patience. Ethan, stop being unreasonable. I say I love you, and I mean it. Do you dare to question it? The next 3 days, I didn't expect to get out of bed. No choice, my husband's a bit of a piece of work. So I had to stand my ground. Now, I'm a legit boss too, and I really do love you, Ethan. Ethan pushed me away and led me out. Go change your clothes. Don't wear that dress again, only for me to see. So, my husband, what did this dress ever do to you?